What's up guys, it's your boy PhatDe, and I'm here to tell you my custom deck build for Murdock. I'm gonna be going over exactly what cards I pick, the order I pick them, and how I upgrade each one. I'm also going to show you the amount of damage each card is going to be putting out when fully upgraded. So let's get right into it. Alright, this is my deck, appropriately named Death Part 2, because you're going to be killing plebs over and over again. So these are the cards I rock. Two of these I'm not going to be going over, like this one and this one. Mainly because I throw these on only when I feel like I'm getting beat up too much or the opposing team has a lot of tanks with a lot of armor. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to build this deck from the ground up. Obviously you're going to want to hit square to start a new deck and pick Murdock. As you can see, Murdock has a lot of basic attack power, which basically means his R2 attack is his main weapon. He puts out a lot of damage with just this attack alone, and I find myself not relying on abilities as often to kill enemies. Unless they're trying to run away. In that case, I just whip out the old special beam cannon on fools. Alright, let's get into the build. I'm going to warn you all right now, I'm probably going to butcher the hell out of all these cards' names. Anyway, you're going to want to start with the Archmagus card. Murdock deals energy damage, and you're going to want this card for when your team gets Orb Prime. Okay, so for my first three cards, I'm going to start with the Health and Mana Potion and the Scout Sword. These are all good cards to start with early game so you can stay in the fight a little longer. I especially love the Scout Sword. It's so handy when I'm pushing an enemy tower and not trying to get ganked from behind. Now we're going to get into good stuff. First, I like to start off with the Micro Nuke. When picking your cards, you want to look for what it does and if it has a fully upgrade bonus. Not every card has one, and the ones that do all have something different. When building your deck, you want to consider how your playstyle is going to be. For example, I love to hit hard. That's what I do. I'm an enforcer, if you will. So I like to focus on cards that will buff my strength and critical chance. And as you can see, the Micro Nuke has a 13 energy damage increase and raises your crit chance to 3%. And when fully upgraded, you get an additional 6.5 energy damage. I like getting a 13 energy damage increase right off the bat, instead of having to wait to fully upgrade it like some other cards. It helps to hit really hard before anyone can truly start building their tank decks. And as for the upgrade, I like to keep things simple, so I'm going to add 3 cast. To me, it's important to upgrade my cards as quickly as possible, so I try to have a low number to fully upgrade my cards. Most of my cards are going to be 9 card upgrades. Now this is what it looks like when you fully upgrade this card. Next, we're going to pick another Micro Nuke card, but this time I'm going to add 3 wounds to it. With this, you should start seeing more crit hits popping up. When I have both of these cards fully upgraded, I normally see around 200 crit damage. You might be seeing some different numbers depending on which update you're on. There's been at least 2 since I've captured this footage, but this is what it might look like. For my third card, I'm going to go with Blast Harness. I like to get a little attack speed, and since Murdock already hits hard, it's nice to be able to fire shots off more quickly. I'm also mainly putting this card on for that 50% crit bonus. The more crit chance you build, the more you'll see those massive damage outputs. With my full deck, I've seen me put out 500 plus, and that's just with my normal R2 attack, which is deadly. Again, I'm going to keep this a 9 card upgrade, so I'm only going to take 3 kinetics. Here's what you might see. From here on out, I choose my next cards depending on how the match is going. You don't necessarily have to pick these next 3 in this order, but if everything is going right in a match, this is the order I normally pick. For my 4th card, I like to go with the Agoran Scepter. It adds a little 6.5 energy damage, but what I'm mainly after is for that 50% crit bonus. This is going to be my final 9 card upgrade. But this one I'm going to be picking minor cast, and major cast. Honestly, just because. If you wanted to choose 3 casts, it's all the same. I did the math and it all equals the same amount of damage. Now watch me somehow win this fight. For my 5th card, baby, I'm going to be picking Meltdown. Right off the get-go, I like that it's 13 energy damage, and it also gives you a 16 energy penetration, which basically lets you hit enemies with cards that build their guard, without losing damage output. Now, like I said, there's no more 9 card upgrades, so this could be our first 12 card. I'm going to add 3 major casts so I can really start hurting some feelings. So here's that. This is it, guys, my last card. Now I want to put my crit chance over the top, so I'm going to be picking Merciles, mainly because I didn't have any other cards that I felt would be any better. You can honestly substitute this with Archmagus Scepter, but I went with Merciles for that extra attack speed. Plus I roll with a Grux on my team, and that 9% crit chance against bleeding targets is dope. Again, since I'm trying to put my crit chance over the top, I'm going to be picking 3 major wounds for my upgrades. Now, I didn't get any footage of me really owning any plebs, so here's me basically soloing an inhibitor. That's all I got for you guys. I hope this improves your game and your Paragon experience. And let me know if this deck build works out for you. And if you have any changes that you would make to it. You guys should definitely subscribe if you're looking for more deck build videos. I'm going to be making one for at least every ranger. And my teammate is probably going to be making a Grux one as well. Thanks again, guys. Now enjoy this awesome battle for Orb Prime that I captured when trying to get footage for this video.